1 Samuel 4:5. As soon as the ark of the covenant of the Lord came into the camp, all Israel gave a mighty shout, so that the earth resounded. When we worship God, usually there are physical ways of expressing it, as long as it stays within the limits that are suitable for children of God, then there is no need for criticism. Unnecessary criticism takes off freedom from normal ways or patterns of worship. When we meditate on God's greatness and worship Him, some people tend to cry, some shout out of praising Him, whereas others may stand still without being able to utter a word or may kneel down to praise God. To all those who try to stop the ways of manifestation, what Jesus reminded was that if they keep quiet, the stones will cry out. But those who carry out foolish act in the name of an extreme manifestation need to be counseled or rebuked. Those who lose their control, hurt others, try to damage the musical and technical instruments there, and constantly disturb others in the midst of worship can all be categorized in this part. It is the spirit of a sound mind that must be in us. Some people assume that after doing any grave sin, they could counterattack it by making a loud emotional sound, and God will be pleased with them. There are some people who attempt to conceal the intensity of their sin before others and prove they are still under grace. In this verse, the shout mentioned is something similar to this. After Israel was defeated in the battle, and when they returned without accepting the fact that the reason for their defeat was because of sin, instead of assuming if they brought the Ark of Covenant and cried out loud before it, then God will forget everything and make them victorious. However, they were defeated terribly. The defeat was the result of their ignorance of the basic foundation, and before shouting out loud, they needed to live in holiness. Our time of worship should not be to prove anything, but instead it needs to be a sweet fragrance that we raise to Him. May God bless us all.